What's up, everybody? Thursday, May 12th, 2022, and this is episode 346 of 403 Sportstalk. Let's talk playoff hockey, playoff basketball, softball, and baseball, shall we? It's all here, goddammit. Episode 346 starts now. A couple stories in the news, starting with the Miami Heat. They beat Philadelphia 96-90. They win the series 4-2. Jimmy Buckets leads the Heat to their second Eastern Conference Finals in 3 seasons. NFL schedule release. They got the Rams and the Bills for the season opener. Broncos Seahawks for one of two games on Monday Night Football. So most definitely make sure you tune into that. It's going to be big. Huge football guy. Can't wait for the season to start. And the schedule release is always something that I look forward to. Broncos wideout Jerry Jeudy was arrested for criminal tampering with domestic violence enhancer and is currently being held without bond. I hope that situation gets resolved quickly. From what it seems like and what I read, a little maybe disagreement with his girlfriend, something like that. And I hope that everything is sifted through and his innocence is proven. What else do I have for you? The Patriots are ready to trade backup quarterback Jarrett Stidham. No word yet on what they could get for him, what his trade value is. But the trade will be with the Las Vegas Raiders. And it's gonna be nice to see what he does in LV. A little more somber news. Gino Cappelletti, the legend of the Patriots, 1964 AL MVP, dies at 89 years old. And finally, the Phillies' Bryce Harper has a small tear in his UCL and can't throw for 4 to 6 weeks. It sucks because the Philadelphia Phillies have honestly been on a run of late. And that's it for the news. Let's talk basketball. I have Miami over Philly 96-90, and they win against a Rockets team. They run against a 76ers team that I thought was probably going to go all the way. I definitely thought they could beat Boston. And it's just like, damn, it's like a rock in your foot. Like, what the hell? 96-90, Philly wins the series 4-2. Dallas wins their series. Dallas ties the series, against the Phoenix Suns, beating the shit out of them 113-86. One more, Chris, and you're going to be another year without a ring. And that's why I call Chris Paul the NBA's Dan Marino. That's it for NBA. Let's talk NHL. Boston over Carolina 5-2. Series tied 3-3. Same thing for the Tampa Bay and Toronto series. The score there was 4-3. Minnesota over St. Louis over Minnesota. 5-1. St. Louis wins the series 4-2. And Edmonton over the LA Kings 4-2. Series tied 3-3. And that's it for the NHL. Now we're going to talk Major League Baseball. Houston had a doubleheader. In the first game, they beat the Minnesota Twins 11-3. The second game, Houston won 5-0. Mets beat Washington 4-1. Oakland over Detroit 5-3. Baltimore over St. Louis 3-2. Cincy over Pittsburgh 4-0. Texas over Kansas City 6-1. Yankees destroyed the White Sox 15-7. Philly over the Dodgers 9-7, and that's it for the MLB. Let's talk NCAA softball. Iowa State over Baylor 2-1 in 9 innings, and Oklahoma State beats Kansas 2-0. In NCAA baseball, Tennessee beat Georgia in the lone game 5-2. On to Western Mass sports now. We'll start with girls softball. Pathfinder beats Pope Francis 16-15. Pathfinder is now on a streak of 2 wins. Congratulations to them. It was looking a little at the beginning of the season, but Pathfinder's gotten their rhythm since beating the shit out of Commerce about a month ago. Congrats to them on that as well. Belchertown over Granby 14-2. Now, this score seems like a video game score, but isn't really. Commerce beat Renaissance 30-15. Commerce scored more than 50 runs in the last 4 games. Those bats are on fire. Shout out to the Red Raiders softball team, the Lady Red Raiders. East Hampton over Long Meadow, 18-0. Franklin Tech over Hampton Charter School of Science East, 21-3. Hampshire over Westfield, 11-5. West Springfield over Minnehaha, 6-5. Mount Everett beats McCann Tech, 5-4. East Long Meadow over Northampton, 12-3. Mount Anthony Union over Taconic, 3-0. Greenfield over Turners Falls, 16-4. And that does it for softball scores. 2 games in tennis. Lennox takes care of Mount Everett, 5-0. And Long Meadow all over Minnehaha, 4-1. On to track. Mayhaw over Turners Falls, 90-43, and Bay State Academy over Duggan, 51-46. Lacrosse now. We have South Hadley over Belchertown, 15-11. Hoosick Valley over Hampshire, 17-9. Mount Greylock over Kona, 10-5, and West Springfield over Westfield, 12-1. That's it for the girls' side. Let's talk boys. Starting the baseball. Tantascwa over Chicopee, 12-0. Belchertown over South Hadley, 7-6. McCann Tech over Drury, 8-2. Franklin Tech over Mayhaw, 4-0. Smith Academy over Turners Falls, 9-3. Smith Folk over St. Mary's, 10-0. Hampshire over East Hampton, 3-2. And Westfield Tech over Gateway, 10-0. On to lacrosse. St. Mary's over Central, 3-2. Pope Francis over South Hadley, 13-5. And Westfield over East Long Meadow, 12-6. Track, Mayhaw 95.5 to Franklin Tech's 45.5. And the Bay State Academy was successful again. Shout out to them Bulls, the track team. Both girls and boys won today. The score was 57 to Duggan's 33. On to a volleyball. We have East Long Meadow over Belchertown, 3-1. Westfield over Minnehaha by the same score. West Side over Frontier, 3-0. And that's it. For volleyball, yes. Tennis now. St. Mary's over Hampton Charter School of Science East, 4-1. Belchertown over Westfield, 5-0. Pioneer Valley does the same to Chicopee by that score. Frontier over Comp, and Amherst over Agawam by the same score. Long Meadow beats Northampton, 3-2. And that's it for Western Mass Sports. Now we're going to get into my favorite segment of the show, NFL 32 in the 32. I bring you with the highly questionable NFC South. We're starting a new division today. Let's see. Today, my friends, we start the NFC South. Saints, Panthers, Falcons, Bucks. Bucks recently won a Super Bowl. Along the route, they beat my Packers in the NFC Championship game. Anyway, I have broken down each team's draft. Today, we're going to start with the Atlanta Falcons and the disappointing 7-10 season that the Dirty Birds had got them motivated to get back into the winners column. They made some moves in the offseason, and we are at a stage in the offseason which everybody loves. Mini camps, rookie camps, and then you get to know the fresh faces that walk into the building. They're currently in a rebuild. They've recently signed quarterback Marcus Mariota in free agency, so he is currently the starter, and he is who is going to lead them into the promised land, hopefully. At least that's what the owner's thinking, anyway. So let's see what they got. Round 1, pick 8, Drake London, wideout out of USC. I thought this was a reach here, not to talk about his skills and how good he is in the slot given his size. I think maybe he was a second round, maybe even a day 3 guy. But Atlanta likes what they got, and they like what they got in tight end in Kyle Pitts, and Drake London, I guess, was a no-brainer for them here. Round 2, pick 38, Arnold Ebiketie out of Penn State. Defensive end, kind of played a little linebacker as well. Somebody that I really liked. Made my top 10 edge rushers list, and he goes to a team that's in need of guys to just plug in right away and start at day 1. Round 2, pick 58, Troy Anderson, a linebacker out of Montana State. I'm not sure if he made my list. I'm not really remember offhand, but Montana State is a small school. It's going to be interesting to see what products from the small schools do and how that draws attention to their athletic programs going forward. Desmond Ridder, third round, pick 74. Quarterback out of Cincinnati, 41-5 as a starter. Somebody I really love. My number one quarterback. This is a steal right here in the third round. Not really sure how he fell that far. But then again, this quarterback class was shit. So, Tyler Algieri, the halfback out of BYU, goes to them in the fifth round, 151st pick. I liked him as well as my number 7 running back on my top 10 list. This guy's a mix of everything. Not a speed guy, not really a power guy either. He's got great hands, so he can come in, plug in, start with special teams by like week 3 or week 4. Have him as your starter. And he'll plug in and play well. Pick 6, 190, Justin Shaver, guard out of Georgia. Position group that I thought was the weakest on the team. And here goes one of their guys. Going late in the draft, but I think Justin Shaver pans out as a journeyman that gets a lot of starting roles. And yeah, that's my makeup on him. 6th round, 213 overall. They go back to the Bulldogs. This time for tight end John Fitzpatrick. Don't know too much about him, but you gotta be excited if you're a Falcon when you get anybody in there on the offensive side of the ball. That's it for episode 346 of 4-3 Sports Talk. I'm your host, Rahim Escalai. Love you all. Wishing nothing but health, wealth, and success. And I will see you at episode 347 tomorrow. Have a great day.